Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem, Yahshua B'Shem, Rakadish. Salutation to apostle elders or GMS groups, the ones that like teaching 100% true. Shalom, Barakathum to them. I'll give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem, Yahshua B'Shem, Rakadish. Tonight's lesson is going to be about a few verses relating to courage, faith, and trust. I'm going to read Psalms 56:3 and 4. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Number 4. And Yahweh, I will praise his word. And Yahweh, I have put my trust, and I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. It relates to man. And this verse is relating to Matthew 10:28. Verse of Timothy's 2 and 7 relates to pretty much not fearing ultimately what flesh can do to you, but fear the one who can kill both the flesh and spirit, which relates to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua ultimately. And that relates to prayer for relief from the tormentors, which are the wicked. Isaiah 41:10 through 13. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. 11. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. 12. Thou shalt seek them, and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, as a thing of naught. 13. For I, the Lord Yahweh thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. That relates to Israel assured of Yahweh's help. That relates to the assurance of Yahweh's help ultimately. Relating to the adversities and deal with the adversities and ultimately deal with the wicked and the tormentors. Ultimately. (10:28) And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. But that with Hebrews 13 and 6. I'm going to read the rest of them. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? A farthing is a former monetary unit in coin of the UK withdrawn in 1961, equal to a quarter or a penny. It's the least possible amount. That's a farthing. I'll read that again. Are not 2 sparrows sold as a farthing, and one of them shall not fall upon the ground without your Father. 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are more valuable than many sparrows. That relates to Yahweh teaches the fear of Yahweh, which is the Father. I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 16:13. Watch ye, stand fast in faith. Quit you like men, be strong. Let all your things be done with charity. It relates to final exhortation. Exhortation is something is basically someone encouraging you to do something. Strongly encouraging you to do something, even forcefully if possible. And that relates to ultimately final exhortations. So for example of that, like I said, relate to convert, change, repent, and work your salvation with fear and trembling. That would be a good example. What the prophets are trying to do, and teaching among the people to do certain things as well relating to that, especially because of the times that's going to be coming. So exhortation is basically strongly encourage someone to do something. All right, let's continue on. I'm going to read Philippians 1 and 12 and 14. But I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happen unto me have fallen out rather into the furtherance of the gospel, so that my bonds in Hamashiach are manifest in all the palace and all the other places. 14. And many of the brethren in the Lord Yahweh, waxing confident by my bonds, and much more bold to speak the word without fear. And that relates to Hamashiach is preached. The word is preached. You know, and speaking it with boldness and with the courage it needs to be. You know what I mean? So that's what the prophets are doing. The rest of that chapter talks about 1 and 2, talks about the greeting. 3 and 11 talks about thankfulness and prayer. 12 through 18 talks about Hamashiach is preached, the word. 1926 is to live. To live is Hamashiach. 27:30 striving and suffering for Hamashiach. And that relates to this truth and word, man. Suffering. You know me, taking that narrow path. You know me, taking that road to, you know me, enduring adversity and relating to this truth, man. Defending the faith relating to this truth, man. So, narrow road is very narrow. It's hard to turn back. It's not much room. And it's a straight way of difficulty, pretty much. All right, let's continue on. I'm going to read Hebrews 13, 5 and 6. Let your conversation be without covetousness, which is a strong desire or want, and be content with such things as ye have. For ye have said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. 6. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Put that with Matthew 10:28, Hebrews 13 and 6. And basically, not fear what man. Man only can kill the flesh, but the Lord can both kill the flesh and the soul, man. You know what I mean? So that's the one we need to fear. That relates to, these verses relates to the concluding of moral direction, man. And 5 makes a good point, because be content with and satisfied with things that you have, man. And thank the Lord for it. Deuteronomy 31, 6 to 8. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. That relates to the wicked. Be not afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. 7. Moses called into Jerusalem. And Moses called unto Joshua, and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, be strong and of good courage, for thou must go with this people into the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. 8. In the Lord he it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee, and he will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And this ultimately relates to Joshua being the leader. Joshua was the helper to Moses. You know, Moses was getting elder in age, over 120-something years old, and getting ready to pass. So he's passing down the torch to Joshua to ultimately be the new leader of the nation of Israel. Then the latter chapters talk about the nation of Israel, foreseeing the nation of Israel continuously be rebellious and disobedient, relating to not following Yahweh Shem Yashah, worshiping false idols and other gods, which ultimately led them to be exiled out of Israel in 70 AD, and that relates to the curses. They'd be under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. All right, let's continue on. Because Joshua was, basically, that verse talks about Joshua is the new leader for the nation of Israel. I'm going to read 27. Psalms 27 talks about the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is strong of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? That means the exuberance declaration of faith. Exuberance relates to being full of energy, quality of being of excitement, cheerfulness, abundance. Abundance is cheerful, full of energy. That's pretty much what that is, and that relates to like exuberance of declaration of faith. Exuberance of declaration of faith, declaring relating to faith. That's 27. Also 27 and 14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, as shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And that relates to be patient, faith, trust, and believe. And that relates to waiting and trusting on the Lord. Because pretty much we can't do nothing until the Lord comes back. So we have to be patient, man, and tolerate and endure relating to the things we have to deal with relating to this kingdom. This kingdom, and the wickedness of this kingdom, this unrighteousness. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things we got to deal with, but the Lord is only one that has the power to ultimately take down this kingdom, man. You know what I mean? So we have to wait and trust on Him, man. And that means having patience and tolerance and endurance, man. It's tough, but it's what it has to be. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but the power and the love and of a sound mind. That relates to Timothy's faith and heritage, man. Because the Lord ultimately gave us the power, the spirit of courage and strength and power. You know, not of fear, but a strong mind. You know what I mean? And a sound, strong mind with that. And that's what we're striving for, individually and collectively. John 4:18 and 19. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love Him because He loved us first, ultimately. That relates to the consummation of love. Consummation basically is a marriage. And this relates to the spiritual marriage between Yahweh Bashem Yasha ultimately and the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel is the bride. It's the bride of Yahweh. You know what I mean? Yahweh Bashem Yasha. That's the bride. It's spiritual marriage. Consummation. There's a lot of noise out here. Now I'm going to read a view. I'm going to review a word. This talks about relating to sound mind. Sophron. In Greek, sophon, which means pretty much self-controlled, moderate, as to opinion or passion, discreet, sober, temperate. All right, that's the word today. So, sophon in Greek. That's G4998 in the Blue Letter Bible. So the lesson today is pretty much courage, faith, and trust, man. You know what I mean? So I pray this was help or edify and clarify in some ways. Because the important verse is Matthew 10:28. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. That's the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yasha ultimately. So the Lord wants us to have pretty much fear in Him, not man. And I'm going to put again 2 Timothy 1 and 7. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So He wants us to have courage. He wants us to be strong. And most of all, build up in our faith, you know what I mean? And trust and believe in Him and wait on Him, ultimately. So I hope these verses helped. I'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahshua, Ba'Shem, Rakadish. Salutation to the apostle elders of GMS, groups of ones that like teaching 100% true. Shalom, Barakathum to them. I'll give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahshua, Ba'Shem, Rakadish. The water, Shalom. Thanks.